Welcome to the Spotlight Omaha podcast. Here is your host, Jimmy Allen.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome inside the Spotlight Omaha podcast, where we take you around the city of Omaha, introduce you to local business owners, influential figures, and people who are making a difference in our community today. We are brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing. Check out pixelfiremarketing.com. If your business could benefit from social media ads, engaging your brand online, creating a website, designing a logo, and more, check out pixelfiremarketing.com for more information today. Joining me inside the Pyramid Contractor Studios, Angela Chaney, speaking of Pixel Fire Marketing. Today we're going to take a deep dive into exactly what the benefits of social media marketing, designing your own website, and creating a social media engagement to enhance your business will benefit today. Angela, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. I actually wanted to talk about We're Local Omaha.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that too. I want to talk about We're Local first, but I also want to take a little bit of a deep dive in exactly what benefits there are with online advertising as well. Can you tell? Obviously, We're Local has kind of taken fire here over the last couple of months. It's something that you personally have had your hands in creating this brand. Can you kind of talk about what We're Local is?
You bet. We're Local is basically a local digital magazine. It's part of a bigger brand. The We're Local brand is in, I couldn't tell you how many states right now, 6 or 7 different states. So the positives of that is we have somebody on the other end who's doing all the SEO, doing all the work, and continually working on improving these websites. So we own the We're Local Omaha location. So that means that we can write about anything that happens in our area. So it's a hyper-local, hyper-focused website, all good information. So it's not like, your news sites that you get bummed out every time that you watch the news or read the news. It's all great local information about businesses, about nonprofits, about what's going on in the Omaha area. And then past that, it's not just a news website. There's a lot of functionality to this platform. So businesses can go on and claim their profile. If they don't have a profile on there, they can create one, and all of this is free. And then once they do that, they have some functionality on the site. They can ask for reviews. They can post little updates on the site. They can recommend other businesses, and they basically have their own page once they claim that. So there's a lot of functionality to it. And then if you get a little bit deeper, then they can become neighborhood sponsors, which means that their ads up on relevant content. It means their ad shows up on the homepage. And then they can also be content sponsors. So say that there's an article that I write, and I do most of the writing for it right now, me and Kathy, who's one of my colleagues. So for example, I'm doing an article right now on where to golf in Omaha this winter. And we're talking about X Golf, we're talking about Beyond Golf, we're talking about Top Golf, all of those. Sure. And then any of those companies would have the opportunity to sponsor the article, or anyone really. It doesn't have to be one of them. Anyone could sponsor the article. And then their ad would show up on the article. And then we do a Facebook ad campaign behind the article to boost it and make sure it gets a lot of eyes on it. So there's a lot of different options. Not only advertising, not only having content on it, but then you can get deeper into that. And, I won't get way into the weeds because it gets confusing, but you can use it as a review engine. You can use it even to help with your social media. So it's kind of a hybrid. It's a marketing tool as well as just a good content platform. And I'm always looking for great content. Love to write about anything positive happening in the local area, especially if it's a spotlight on a business, spotlight on a nonprofit, spotlight on a business owner who's prominent in the community. Would love to consider doing articles on them.
Why was it the right time to kind of launch We're Local in Omaha, and what has the response from the community been like?
I think it's the right time because we just need more good local content. We see every day that restaurants are going out of business, and things like that are happening that are not positive, as well as everything that's going on in the world. Not that it's probably any more negative than it ever has been, but there's so much more media coverage of it that people get bummed out. And having just a local positive source of good information that's promoting businesses, giving them an opportunity to tell their story, I think was very much needed. And so it's also, a good thing for Pixel Fire marketing, because when we get somebody in who's got, they want a new website or they want social media content, we can offer, more stuff for them. And there's huge SEO value to We're Local Omaha. That's one of the big plays of it. And this is what the publisher out of Salem, this is what he is continually working on, is how can we get these articles to rank? How can we get them to boost the SEO of whatever company it is that we're featuring? So obviously, with what we do at Pixel Fire, we're always looking to get our clients higher up, in Google searches. And so this is just a nice added bonus for them. As for the response, we're rolling it out, and right now it's mostly me doing everything. So being able to get it out and get more eyes on the content, more interaction with the content, as well as getting people to realize that, hey, I can send Angela my information on my company and she'll publish it, or I can send places to network, which is kind of one of our big articles that we do every week, places to network this week. We just need more people talking about it. And I think getting the content out there is the way to get people talking about it, because as soon as you do an article on someone, they're grateful because it's free.
Sure.
And they promote it on their social media. And then, say it's a nonprofit. Of course, the businesses that support that nonprofit are going to help spread the word on social media. It's going to snowball. I think it's kind of one of those things that it takes a little bit for the ball to get rolling, but once you hit that hill, it's just going to take off. So we haven't quite hit that hill yet, but I think we're getting close.
Can you explain what SEO is and why search engine optimization is so important for building a business?
You bet. Yep. SEO is search engine optimization, obviously. And it's just the way that you rank when people Google certain terms. So I think one of the misconceptions is people say, say your name is Joe's Tire Shop. And they say, well, when I, Google Joe's Tire Shop, I come up number one. It's like, well, people don't Google the name of the business. If they know the name of the business, they already know where they're going to go.
Right.
What's going to Google is Tire Shops Omaha, Best Tire Shops Omaha, Discount Tire Shops Omaha. And so really what SEO is that we know what those terms are that people are searching for, and we help our businesses rank for those terms. And that's really what Courtney, our Google gal, which I know you've had on the podcast before, that's really what she specializes in. And it's not just on-site SEO, it's also the Google business profiles, which that's a huge play, and that's what Courtney specializes in. You've got to pay attention to those. You've got to have the right content on those. You've got to have your maps right. There's a lot that you can do that will make you rank higher. And there's tons of statistics, none of which I can quote right now, but
we only have a half hour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tons of statistics about, when people Google something, that they're not going to scroll past the second page. A lot of them aren't even going to go past the third entry. They're going to choose somebody, that's 1, 2, or 3 when they're making their buying decision. So making sure you're ranking up there, it's crucial.
When we talk about the benefits of helping companies in the Omaha area, when we talk about doing this podcast, about doing We're Local, obviously a lot of the conversations we're having with those businesses is how do we help your company, and what are some of the misconceptions that new business owners or new entrepreneurs have about the best way to market their company?
You bet. A lot of them say, I've just got plenty of word of mouth. I don't need to spend any money. And while word of mouth is obviously the best, you need to drive it somehow. A business owner only knows so many people, and their employees only know so many people. And those people might spread the word, but it's going to be pretty slow. And you can't afford to open a business and just rely on that really slow trickle. So really what social media does, what marketing does, is it triggers more word of mouth, especially social media. If you can get people talking, say you're a restaurant and you get into Omaha food lovers and you get into that group and you get people talking, then that word of mouth explodes. All of a sudden it's not who do I and my husband know, it's who do I, my husband, and the 15,000 people in the Omaha food lovers group know.
Right.
And then all of a sudden the word of mouth, is now half of Omaha as opposed to your own little circle. So I think that's a big misconception. Another one is, I've got a friend's nephew who can do my website for me, and it'll only cost me $100. something like that. And while there are certain types of industries and businesses that can get away with, just a cheap little landing page, and that's fine. For the most part, you need to go with somebody who knows what they're doing. It is going to cost money, but your website is huge. If you don't have a nice looking functional website, people might not give you business and you'll never know it. I think that's another thing is people say, well, I never hear anybody say anything bad about my website, or I never hear anybody say anything bad about my lack of social media presence. No, you're not going to hear that. They're just not going to give you business.
Yeah, that's opposite of what you're trying to get. And we're catching up with Angela Chaney, the publisher of We're Local Omaha, here on the Spotlight Omaha podcast, brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing inside the Pyramid Contractor Studio. Angela, I want to ask, when we talk about getting, like, I think everybody's a little fearful of what's real these days. And when you're having conversations with business owners or nonprofits in the Omaha area about doing an article with them and letting them know, hey, there is no strings attached to this and it is free, what is the reception for to that been?
Gratitude.
Really? Okay.
Disbelief, of course.
Yeah, sure.
And I have heard those exact terms. What are the strings attached? And that's completely, within. Of
it's understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, understandable. Absolutely. A lot of people just don't reply at all, especially if they don't know me. So I try and connect with them on LinkedIn first. If I've not personally talked to the person before or gotten a referral before, I try and connect with them on LinkedIn because I've got a very robust LinkedIn profile. So I think that, vets me as a local person that can be trusted.
Sure.
So I try and do that. And if they don't respond, they don't respond. That's fine. Sometimes I'll seek out somebody who I know knows them. So I'll be like, okay, I tried to reach so-and-so. They never responded. I'd really like to spotlight them and give them some help. Well, I know, Travis might know them. Jimmy might know them. Somebody else on my network might know them. And then that's just the little connection they need to know it's legit. Because, yeah, people get spam everything. I mean, you get texts. I got a text yesterday. It was like, hi, you want to go shopping tomorrow? I don't know this person or this number. So things, can look very, very legit and not be. So, I completely understand that they might not buy it. And that's why getting the word out there is so important. And like I said, we're kind of turning that corner where I'm starting to get requests. Hey, I'm part of your group. Can you do an article on my business? Or I support this nonprofit. Can you do an article on them? So we are starting to turn the corner. And I definitely do want to give a plug for joining the We're Local Omaha Facebook group.
It's tagged on all the socials right now, by the way. So if you're watching this on Facebook, feel free to click on it and join.
Yep, absolutely. It's obviously a free group to join. There's about 300 people in it right now. We'd like to get it up into the thousands. I keep mentioning the Omaha Food Lovers group because it's such a wonderful group. But we'd like to get that up there. And then I post all the articles on there as well as kind of initiate discussion. I welcome anybody who's in the group to talk about their business, to start a discussion. We just really want to get the local Omaha business community talking in there and talking about each other and supporting each other, both with We're Local, the site, as well as just independently in the group. So I would definitely suggest that you go to the We're Local Omaha Facebook group, join that. You can also like the page, the We're Local page. They're two different things, but that can help you start getting involved, and seeing if you want to make some recommendations for content or just, start talking about your business. It's free and it's a way to market yourself. So no reason not to.
What are some of the benefits that some of the businesses and nonprofits that you've talked to already had? What's the feedback they've received and how is it benefiting them?
It's just, more eyes on what they do, more people talking about them, especially, some of the newer businesses that don't quite have that momentum yet, getting people to learn more about them. We try and do a nice question, either, I do a Q&A type of questionnaire that I send out. We do a lot from your podcast transcripts so that, we can promote that. And then also just going out there and me doing articles, it's like things that I like to do. I did an article on the best places to play Keno in Omaha. And I went out to each of them and I took pictures because that's something I would want to know.
Sure.
I'm always out looking for that. Oh, we're going to go out to dinner. Do they have Keno? So just trying to do more stuff like that to get the word out more. And I think once people start realizing that they can utilize the site, that is going to be huge, because like I said before, it's not just the content. If you get in there and you start using the site as a business, you've got a lot of tools at your disposal, and most of them are free. So it's just learning how to use them. So I really look forward to learning from people, local business owners. Once I start getting in there and using the functionality, I really look forward to hearing what results they have.
Obviously, I've been doing it too, and I've noticed a difference in talking to business owners versus people that run a nonprofit. So I'm interested to see kind of your response when you're talking to folks who are either promoting their own business or obviously trying to do something in a nonprofit way. What is the differences in the way that you're talking to those people? What are the different responses that they've given you?
I think the difference is when I'm talking to a business owner, I'm kind of trying to push them a little bit to maybe become a neighborhood sponsor, or maybe, do a little bit more with the site so that we can promote their content more. When I'm talking to a nonprofit, I'm asking them who their supporters are in the business community that might do that for them. Because I know that nonprofits don't have a big budget. They're always looking to fundraise. And a lot of local nonprofits have huge business support. And so going to a business and saying, hey, I did an article on XYZ. I know that you are a huge sponsor of their big event this year. Would you consider sponsoring their article so that we can do an ad campaign behind it and really get some eyes on this content? So that's really the difference there. Otherwise, it's a lot of the same information. I have different questions I ask, a business owner versus a nonprofit, of course. But it's really about getting that information out there. And a lot of the times it's the same thing. People want to hear, what was your motivation for doing this? How has this changed you? How's your heart in this business? And you don't have to be a nonprofit to have your heart in your business. It's kind of a different focus. The nonprofits, they really pull on the heartstrings because, that's what they do. They help people. But businesses, you can really get a good story out of them too, and really hear about, why is this your thing? What is your why for starting this? How are you helping people? Businesses help people too. So just getting that story out there, a lot of it is similar, but there's some key differences.
It's obviously a major day in America, and you talked about spam text messages a minute ago.
Yes.
That's obviously been a problem lately too. But I mean, when we talk about making sure that they're taking the riffraff out of news and information, and there's obviously a lot of good and a lot of bad out there. And when we talk about politics, was it difficult this time of year when you're launching this company to try to stay away and out of that realm?
No, because it's not a news site. It's not a current events site. It's more of a, local community information site. So I think it's almost a good time to launch it because people are sick of that. They're sick of hearing about that. They want it to be over. So it's like, let's tune out of that and tune into fun places to play Keno.
Sure.
or why should help Chariots of Hope, or how Chariots of Hope is helping, the Omaha business community. So I actually think it ended up being a good thing for us because people are craving that, warm fuzzies right now and the positivity.
Something that's not going to be interrupted by a political ad.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no, the only advertising on this site are the ads that local businesses do. So you don't have to worry that you're going to go on We're Local Omaha and get hit with a political ad.
Sure. And we're catching up with Angela Chaney, the publisher of We're Local Omaha, powered by Pixel Fire Marketing, inside the Pyramid Contractor Studio. What is coming down the pipe? What are some articles that you have in the works that you're excited about that people can look forward to on We're Local Omaha?
You bet. We are working on that Where to Golf in Omaha this winter article, which is going to be a good one. I'm working on a private clubs to join in Omaha. There's a lot of private clubs that are pretty cool that I didn't know about until I started to do some research. So that one's coming up. We do have a lot of great nonprofits on deck that we're going to feature, as well as just new businesses. And I'm always open to any ideas for articles, whether it's a business spotlight, whether it's something else that's going on in the community. I'm always open. One of the big partnerships I'm excited about is with Omaha Food Lovers. I've mentioned them several times. They are introducing a new Black Card, which will give you discounts at restaurants as well as secret menu items and invites to local events at restaurants. And that's launching in November. So we partnered with them to get the Black Card. and to be able to start promoting that. So there'll be a lot of articles coming out, probably starting December, because I don't think it launches till later in November. But a lot of articles coming out of saying, if you are a Black Card member, here's a secret menu item here, or here's one of the foodie events that we were able to attend. And it's a great program because not only is it helping local Omaha restaurants, which obviously need a lot of help right now, but then they also donate back some of the proceeds. So it's a great organization to be involved with.
You mentioned it. You have an article coming out about where the great places are to network out. What is obviously when we talk about groups like Centersphere and the Westo Chamber and Sarpy County Chamber, things like that. What has the response to We're Local Omaha been from inside of those groups, and how is marketing helping kind of move We're Local Omaha?
Yeah. So the networking article was something we wanted to do because there is a need out there to, all the information is out there. It's just not gathered in one place. So if you're sitting there on a Monday and saying, God, I need to go strengthen my network, I need to go meet new people this week, where do I go? Do you want to go visit 7 different websites to figure out what's going on, or scroll through socials? Or do you want to go to one place and see all the different options? So that's really our motivation behind that. We're just in the 3rd week of doing it. So I think once it kind of catches on what we're doing, not only will I have more people looking at it, and appreciating the information, but also more people who have a networking event going on that week sending it to me. And that's just really to be a resource. Again, there is a sponsorship opportunity with that for any of the people involved, in the story, or, just anybody, because I think once it really gets going, there's going to be a lot of eyes on that article. So it would be very valuable for somebody to sponsor it, because their ad will be on there with however many thousand people are going to start looking at it every week to find places to network.
You mentioned where to golf in the wintertime, and obviously one of the biggest circuits of things that happens in the Omaha area to do fundraising is golf outings. Why do you think that golf outings, or the game of golf, brings so many people together? Why is it so successful in Omaha, a place where you're really only able to golf 6 to 9 months out of the year?
I think that might be part of it, because
Sure.
you can't golf all year. I mean, you can, in kind of a different setting, but because people try to pack so much into the nice months.
Yeah, good point.
Because, we have the bad months. So I think people want to get outside as much as they can during the nice months. And I think it's just Omaha's a friendly place. It's a Midwestern friendly place. And the game of golf is you go out there and you talk and you BS and you have fun together. And I think that just kind of embodies the Omaha spirit, the Midwest spirit is, we can get out there, we can have fun, we can raise money, and we can have a good time and get some business done, all at once. I think that's just kind of the multitasking Midwesterners. So, golf tournaments are huge, huge fundraiser. And I'm excited to see how that might change a little bit now that we have the indoor opportunities.
Yeah.
If maybe, some things get going at NetPar or at, Beyond or any of the ones that, I think we got 6 options now.
Back Nine, Swing 360. I mean, they've got so many that are popping up that have been successful and are giving back to the community as well. If we're talking about growth for We're Local Omaha, where would you like to kind of see this grow to? And I don't know if there really is an end goal with something that you're doing on a daily basis that is benefiting this many people, but as far as growth, where do you want to see it grow to over the next 3 to 5 years?
Sure. So right now we're putting out approximately 1 article a day, which I think is pretty good. And like I said, we're just getting started. So, as far as content goes, 3 to 4 articles a day I'd like to see going out. And then the growth that we really need is obviously in the sponsors and the people utilizing the platform. So it's not so much how much content I'm putting out. What I really want to see is getting businesses involved and putting out their own content.
Sure.
And, soliciting reviews and recommending each other. I really want this to become a network for businesses to help themselves grow. So, the content side of it is the way to get it going. It's the way to get people realizing, the power of it and get eyes on it and get people involved. But then the next step is having them take control of their own profiles and starting to realize how much they can use that, because it's completely different. There's plenty of news sites out there. There's plenty of, promotional things out there. It's the functionality of it that makes it different. And I'm still learning it too, because there's so much to it. And I don't want to go out there and talk about the stuff that I don't quite understand yet.
Yeah.
But once, a business gets into it and starts using it, I think they'll start kind of training each other, and everybody will learn from each other. And I just see it becoming a really positive place for businesses to go and grow.
When we talk about old school magazine, newspapers, kind of print is going away, right? And digital is the future. It's always going to be around to some degree. Obviously, the newspapers are still being printed just at a much lower rate than they were 10, 15 years ago. It kind of feels like this is the next step in the evolution of information, right? They're like collecting it online, but taking the old school feel of the newspaper, of the magazine, and just making it readily available on people's phones or on their screens. Is that kind of the thought process on why this is working and why it's going to work so well in the future?
That part of it is that, and then the other part of it is the SEO and the
Sure.
way that it adds to
Built-in value.
that for businesses, because that's I don't want to say that's the future because it's here and it's been here for a while, but
Right.
it's going to continue to be more important. So any way that you can boost your SEO, differently than other people can, because anybody can go in and fill in their Google business profile. Not that they do, but they can.
Yeah.
Anyone can try and optimize their website keywords, all that stuff that everyone knows how to do already. But we want businesses to have kind of a secret weapon. This is, if you don't have, content on We're Local, we want it to get to the point that you're not going to rank as high as the ones who do. So I think that's kind of the bigger play of it. Is this is a content engine, and it's an SEO engine for the businesses that use it.
For anybody out there that may be looking to take advantage of getting the best out of their SEO or marketing, what's the best way they can get a hold of you and get an article on We're Local and start the process?
Absolutely. Angela at pixelfiremarketing.com is probably the best way to get a hold of me. If you do get on our website, there's ways to do contact forms. You can also, I moderate the We're Local Omaha Facebook group and also the Facebook page. So any sort of message that goes through there will get to me. Or you can connect with me on LinkedIn, Angela Chaney, and I'm always up to date on who my connections are. And if you send me a message through LinkedIn, I'd be happy to respond.
And the We're Local Omaha website is now showing at the bottom of your screen. You can head there to check out all the great articles that Angela and the team have written. If some of you have been a member of, been on this podcast and spent some time with me in the Pyramid Contractor studio, you'll see your articles up there as well. Angela, thank you so much for your time today. I'm glad we were able to catch up and do this and inform people about this great opportunity going on in Omaha.
All right. Thanks so much, Jimmy.
We're going to tell everybody about some cool and exciting things that are going on around the Omaha area. We come back on the other side of the break on the Spotlight Omaha podcast, brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing inside the Pyramid Contractor studio.
Are you dreaming of your business dominating local Google searches, drawing in customers effortlessly? Look no further. I'm Courtney, the Google gal from Pixel Fire Marketing. Need assistance with your Google business profile? From verification to getting more reviews, fixing maps to tackling annoying Google calls? I've got you covered. Your profile sets you apart and ensures you're the top choice for local customers. Visit fixmygbp.com for our $297 special offer. Visit fixmygbp.com for more details.
When you shop local, you help strengthen our community. So if you need roof repair, gutters, siding, even windows, call local Pyramid Contractors. They're the #1 roofer in Omaha for more than a dozen years. Let Pyramid Contractors come and give you a free estimate. Give them a call at 402-502-9300. That's 402-502-9300. Or visit them online at pyramidroof.com. Never settle for less.
Welcome back inside the Pyramid Contractor studio. Thank you to Angela Chaney from We're Local Omaha for giving us an inside look at what they're doing at We're Local Omaha. And if you just are now joining us, she walked us through exactly what they're doing. They're taking the old school approach of the newspaper magazine article and putting it online and giving it the benefit of SEO optimization, search engine optimization, and helping companies reach their ideal client. Check out we'relocalomaha.com. It's scrolling across the bottom of your screen. If you'd like to be featured in one of their articles or would like to read on some things that are going on around the Omaha area, which we're about to kind of give you right now, we're going to start doing this at the end of each podcast every day. We're going to tell you about some really cool things going on throughout the metro area. And one of the best events of the year is this weekend in Omaha. The Benson Barstool Open is this weekend. They're celebrating a decade of this great event. All proceeds are going to Cerebral Palsy of Nebraska. We just talked to Angela Chaney about some of the things that you can do from a golf spectrum in Omaha during the winter months. This is one of the best things that you can do because it goes to a great cause. But you also can work on your putt game and explore around the Benson area and find out some of the cool, great things that are happening around Benson. That area is ever growing and ever changing. And if you haven't been to Benson, even in the last 6 months, there's a lot of cool new aspects to the neighborhood, and they've really upgraded some of the surrounding areas as well. So check that out this weekend. It is Saturday. It is the Benson Barstool Open this weekend. Bring your putter with you. It's going to be a ton of fun. Craft fairs all over the city of Omaha this weekend. The Autumn Craft Festival is Thursday through Sunday at Liberty First Credit Union Arena in Ralston. Doors open at 11 a.m. Thursday and Friday, 9 a.m. on Saturday, 10 a.m. on Sunday. So there are different days and different times available for that one. It's one of the largest ones. If you haven't been to Ralston Arena for the Autumn Craft Fair Festival, it's multiple floors. It goes throughout the arena. It's incredible. Check it out. There's also the Buy Local Craft Fair. If you're looking for maybe a smaller, intimate event where you don't have to deal with as many people, Friday, November 8th from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., you can stop by the La Vista Library. It's on 84th Street. Once you first get into La Vista on the north side of town, stop by that from 8:30 to 2 p.m. The Fall Craft Show will be Saturday at 6607 Sunshine Drive inside the Sunshine Drive Strip Mall, inside their pop-up common area from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then if you're looking to do something in the sporting realm, Creighton men's basketball team gets underway Wednesday night. They tip off against the University of Texas Grand Valley. The Jays are in the top 15. They're going to be a ton of fun to watch this year with a bunch of new faces around the team and obviously some old faces as well. Greg McDermott's squad tips off at 8 o'clock p.m. tomorrow night. And then if you're looking to be around the CHI Health Center, but you're looking to do craft fair stuff, you don't really care about the sporting side, there also is the Holiday Spirit of Omaha Holiday Boutique. That event is at the CHI Health Center between 9 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. on Saturday morning. If you're looking for a great date night idea, Saturday night, comedian Josh Wolf, will be in the Omaha area at the Funny Bone. Doors open at 8 o'clock. Head over to funnybone.com to purchase those tickets. If you want to do some cool trivia stuff, first round in Blackstone will have their weekly trivia event today. It starts at noon, going all the way up till 3 p.m. There's cool prizes to get out and win. And then we have a ribbon cutting and a new business opening in the Omaha area. A friend of the show, our friends at Sweet Bean Coffee, is officially opening their venue at 18960 Edna Street, Suite 104 in Omaha. And that is happening next week on Saturday. So make sure you check out that event as well. So I want to thank Angela Chaney for joining us. If you haven't had a chance to check out We're Local Omaha, again, they're doing great things over there. A lot of the people that have been interviewed on this show have had their articles posted. You can reach out to them about the benefits of having an ad on We're Local, or if you want to sponsor some of the local nonprofits in Omaha, this is a great way to do it with benefiting your business as well. Thank you to Angela for joining us. Thank you to all of you who joined us, gave the video a like and a thumbs up as well. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m., not only taking a look at what's going on around the Omaha area, but we're talking to one of the guys in Omaha who, when you talk about networking, is really at the top of a lot of people's lists at one of the best that do it. We're going to talk to Gabriel Ruiz about his business, and we're going to talk about how networking has benefited him and what it's like to be a contractor and a foodie in the Omaha area. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. here on the Spotlight Omaha podcast, brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing inside the Pyramid Contractor Studio. See you tomorrow.